And we are back. It's your man Odell, aka ArtbyOdell. I'm still joined by my special guest Yamin Semali, going down history lane, I guess you can say sometimes, man. But having a great conversation. You get a chance to really pick this brother's brain. I've known him for years, but I've actually learned some new stuff myself. And I spoke on earlier about you being so well traveled, right? And taking what you learned and what you've done from East Point and I haven't had the pleasure yet of taking my media skills or covering festivals, outside of the U.S. yet, right? I haven't got a chance to take it, which I hope to do soon. Take it other countries and things like that. But talk about, being on stage in a place like Lyon, France, or Zurich, Switzerland, or Cologne, Germany, and how that felt and what that done, and just, kid from East Point just doing his thing up there, man.
Yeah. My first time performing overseas, I went to Oslo in
Oh,
2010, and that was a great little taste of what can be done. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And that was 2010.
That's Norway, right?
Yeah.
Wow,
That was
okay.
It was during like Oslo's music festival.
Oh, wow.
Doing some work with that, and what can I say? Oh, I fast forward to 2017 though. That leg of that tour.
Yeah.
With Cunning Linguist.
Yes,
Shout out to
shout
y'all.
out to Con Linguist,
Atlanta,
yes.
Kentucky. Appreciate it. I always got whatever them dudes need, man.
Right,
I'm
right,
there.
right.
Just the reception is awesome, man. And it just shows you like if you just have good relationships, which is what we're talking about.
Right.
With certain people, I met some great people who were like our tour not guide, but like tour management.
Right.
Local to wherever we were, mostly, in France. And dudes, they fish. One of the homies who was he's like a fisherman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Wow.
you know what I'm saying? But he was, into to the music and put us on, and
Wow.
we had great meals prepared for us by different people. Like, I think every black man who's a musician, not even just a musician, but every black man should go
Travel the world.
travel the world. You know what I mean?
Shout out to J Force.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, he been getting it in. But you just see that there's more than one perception of us, because we dealing with a lot of generational PTSD and not even posts, like current,
Yeah.
So I think it's a very good idea for brothers to just see what it is out there. You don't have to be a musician out there. You don't necessarily have to, be an entertainer, you know what I mean? But just even taking your talents, your trade, whatever you do elsewhere, and seeing the quality of life out there, it means that meant a lot. And relationships are a big part of that. You know what I mean? Touring with people, you see all aspects of them for the most part.
Yeah.
And,
Night and day.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, and you just, but they lifers.
Yeah.
I was out there with lifers.
You out there, getting it in. That's true.
So it all comes back to the common goal,
Man, that's a lot, and I appreciate that because that's encouraging and reminding me.
What that say? Live.
Yeah. It's encouraging me to, because I've been, I've had some different things, whether it be Canada or a couple other places. I got some good connections with, and I just need to, get off my ass and make them happen. So I appreciate that. But it's funny too, we spoke about friends, you spoke about relationships, because it just hit me when you were here and we're getting ready for the show. I started thinking about shout out to DJ Hyphen. He's actually living in the UK now.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, he's living. But I had put him on to your music back when he was still in Seattle.
That's right.
Right. I put him on to your music. Just for me, just check it out. I'm not even. Especially in this game, you have a great relationship. You don't want to put pressure on people.
Right.
So I wasn't even really expecting that, to be honest. I just went, hey, let me put you on to some people in Atlanta, dope folks. And I remember, him responding back, and his response was just like, oh yeah, this is dope. I'm gonna have this on the mix Sunday night. And I was just like, oh okay.
Very
Cool. And I remember hitting you up about that. And then fast forward to that tour. And I remember him going to the show, and he was like, "Yo, man, Somali kid is." I was like,
Jazz Cafe, right?
I think so. Yeah, in London. Yeah.
Yeah, man, small world. And there's two other people from the internet that I met in the flesh that night.
Wow.
At that same show, You know what I'm saying? It's one sister who live in actually Australia, but she was there.
She lives in Australia. We caught you in London.
Yeah, and then
Wow.
and another brother who's become a good homie of mine named Kayla Maestro,
Yeah.
producer. He resides in London. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So, but he's touring now in South America. He's a dope producer.
Yeah.
KLE Maestro, Kayla Maestro. You should check him out on SoundCloud, all that.
Wow, that's crazy,
Stream.
man. You know, in the intro, when I was talking about, you know, being your own brand and you know, sticking to who you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we also said, you know, now, like you said, there's a blueprint to a lot of things.
Yeah.
How tempting is it sometimes, man? Because you are talented. I mean, even with myself, right? Like I know that sometimes some of the topics I could talk about or some of the things I could chase would probably get a lot of clicks and views and things like that. How tempting is it? Because you know, you could do it and make it pop and get some money. I mean, what is it that keeps you calibrated, man?
I'm just hard headed.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm like I'm kind of bullheaded sometimes. Like I'm not a very forceful, confrontational person, but like
Right.
I'll do something you say I can't do. You know what I'm saying? And I think most of the time people, my my attitude is that people think I have to sound a certain way to be like viable and in demand. And it just doesn't resonate with me that much. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I've got some songs with some people where I'm branching out, and people don't forget this is where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Like I was making beats like, you know, super fast hi-hats. I was doing that before it was kind of cool.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I got you. Right,
DT will
right.
tell you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you
shout out to DT.
Like we was doing this in like 99, 2000. I met him in like 02.
Yeah,
but I've been making beats since like 99. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
We used to make beats with no metronome. So when we actually got elements in the machines where we could do note repeat and like all this crazy, we went nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to do all that, but you know it just wasn't what we kind of came up on. That's kind of like why I used to like Outkast too, to talk about them again. Like Andre said, we grew up on Booty Shake. We did not know no better things. Like, but you see the music they make, it was the music that they felt like it really went with their soul. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But my family, a lot of my family is from like Long Island, and so Rakim and like Wu-Tang and Busta Rhymes and stuff like that was very prevalent. De La Soul.
Right.
Actually, my Long Island family, they thought they didn't like De La Soul, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of just got into them on my own, you know, with Tribe and stuff.
Right.
But, man, it's just not really my thing to just do something real simple. I've done some writing for some commercials.
Right.
Which is something another homie of mine does really well. Stuff for Super Bowl commercials. Not me, him. My boy Sam.
Okay.
He taught me a lot about MCing. He's in my original crew. I met him when I was 15.
Okay.
But he does, he does stuff. He's gotten songs placements on TV shows. Like,
man, that's a good check though. You know?
Yeah, but it ain't him. It's like he's rapping, but it's not like he's presenting himself as the artist I know him to be. It's kind of like a generic hip hop song.
Right. Okay.
So we can make those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even I was saying today, like in between the break, like I made a beat for somebody today because they paid me for it, but I ain't really made a beat in a couple weeks, like that. But the motivation being, you know, making loot. Yeah, of course we can do that. But
right.
that's one check. That's how I look at it. It's either one check or a little bit of sync license money. But the things that I think is going to propel me and feed children, if I have them one day, would be something that wasn't made that anybody could have did, because anybody couldn't have my kids. Anybody couldn't. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything is integral to like my real life. You know what I mean? And I just love what I love. So it's always gonna sound like me. My next album I'm doing all the beats on. Well, I'm doing another album with my boy Schizo. Okay. He's doing the beats. But the next project I'm doing is going to have all my beats. First time ever.
Wow, nice.
Really, really start to finish. Yeah, like not remixes.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're going to hear a little bit more stuff with the 808s and stuff. I mean, because we always love that. You always going to hear that on my music, but it ain't like I'm super grimy Griselda type beats or Premiere all the time. But I love all that, and I just try to find it. And it's hard for critics sometimes to feel, with Clandestine, they wasn't really knowing how we would go from like 808s and you know, certain stuff into like chopped up breaks and filters. And
let me jump in on that just a little bit too, because it kind of leads me into one of my next questions, right? Like, you being so talented as an MC, as a DJ, as a producer. I mean, you toured as an artist, but you also toured as a DJ as well for other artists. Yeah. What would you say gives you the most rush, or is it the same thing? Or like what like
Oh, like which one is kind of like the?
yeah, like as far as like because being on that stage and or is it even producing a song and you being at a place and they play the song and you're like everybody nodding their head, you're like, man, I made that song, man. Like dang, like
My own personal like highs I be feeling is when I'm doing all of it at the same time, man. Like
okay.
if I pull off of a DJ routine,
yeah.
and then rhyme or like
I've seen you
rhyme.
do that too.
Yeah, you know, like that's my favorite thing. Anything where I can bounce over here and do that, and then go over there and do that.
Yeah.
When I do the things with the Serato video where I'm scratching and the video is moving with the scratching.
Okay. Yeah.
The stuff with the MIDI pads on the MP hitting video with the pad.
Right.
Like this is stuff me and DT was doing like in 06.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
just saying,
yeah.
like 07. Like whenever the video thing really got popping, 09.
Yeah.
Like that's when me and him was like always trying to do something ill with a projector. As long as we had a projector, we was there. And those are the things that, like the media stuff is really what gets me to feeling like I gave you a show. Juggling, because my juggling got so much better working at Scratch Academy.
Okay, yeah. I forgot you were working with Scratch Academy. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Brothers Jelly.
Yeah, I forgot about the Scratch Academy work, man.
Yeah.
But real quick too, it's funny you said that as well because I think about one of the last times I see you perform. And I popped up on you. You didn't even know I was going to be there.
Alabama?
In Birmingham. Yeah, we were in Birmingham for Secret Stages.
Yeah,
Shout out to Secret Stages.
Yeah, that was a crazy night,
That was a crazy night. But, I mean, you were doing that, right? Because, like, you really didn't have a DJ. So it was like, I mean, I think people in the crowd were kind of throwing off, too. Because he was like, because you would set your own song. Like, okay, let me go there. Started off, and then you came back around.
Like, oh, okay.
You came back around, grabbed the mic, and then went back. I remember, like, I forgot what track it was, but you had went back and you were just standing by the DJ booth and talking. I was just like, and people were like, "Oh, wait a minute, that's the guy rapping."
Yeah,
so
keeps your eyes on the stage, man. It's hard to look at your phone.
Yeah,
when I'm on the mic, I hope.
yeah, that's crazy. You know, and it's funny too. I just saw that Secret Stages Science and my man King Out of Vine.
Oh yeah, I actually hooked them up. I ain't gonna say hooked up.
Well, I
pulled some strings and it was good to see them.
Yeah,
on
so
that.
I might have to shoot back down there in Alabama again. You know, I got plenty of friends and family in Birmingham, man. So I got to get down there. So
shout out to Science King Out of Vine.
Oh yes, for sure. So real quick, before I go into my last question, I want you to tell the people how they can get in contact with you, how they can get your music, merch, whatever, what projects you got going on. The floor is now yours, man.
Sweet. Well, I'm in the process. A couple weeks from now, I'm going to have my website up, YaminSemali.com. If you go to it now, you'll see something in progress, so it's not going to look pretty. But I got all my discography is going to be on there. I just decided to get the middleman out the way a little bit. It's going to be a transition. I don't know how fast, but from Bandcamp, which I still got, YaminSemali.bandcamp.com. You can find all of this on my social handles, which is Yamin all day, YaminAllday.
Yes.
Instagram, Twitter, and then everything else will become very obvious. And but yeah, YaminSemali.com coming real soon. I'm not talking about it too much because it's got a nice little. I'm trying to just roll it out a certain way, and I don't like. I didn't want to like talk about it before. I just wanted to drop it. So you got a little inside scoop.
Okay.
Next project I'm doing is called Phantom Feeling, produced by Double O Schizo, who I did the last project with called the Hot EP.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. Hot EP, okay.
Same cat, Hot the Hotel.
Yeah, Hotel, yeah. I remember that. That was clever. I remember that.
So we did that joint. That's what I took on tour when I was in Europe. And I'm gonna put this next project out with him, and the next album after that. Drop an instrumental album before everything real soon.
Right.
And then my next album is all my beats, and I got a title for it, but I think I might change it. So I'm just gonna. But yeah, what else have I done though? I got remixes done for people. I don't know when they're gonna drop them.
Right.
I'm doing a project with my boy Omni right now. Check him out. His Instagram is IamOmni.com. So IamOmnidotcom. We go back like 4 flats.
Okay.
Yeah, long time.
A lot going on.
A lot of stuff going on, yo. Yeah. Y'all see. Connect with me. Add me. Add me. I'll add you back. I do be adding back.
Make sure you check this brother out. And before we go, I always end the show with this last question. what is your key or what has been your method or process of building great relationships?
Man, and I do have a lot of great relationships. Sometimes I'm my own worst critic, and I'll be like, man, I am a sociopathic, insane, like machine. No, no, I'm not like that at all.
Yeah.
The best way, man, is to me, just take care of yourself, and that way,
Can't have no empty cup, man.
Nah, you can't, man, and it's very underrated to tell people that, because when I say take care of yourself, be secure in yourself. Like, don't think that there's a lane. Don't think that somebody can take your goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, be confident in yourself enough to where somebody else's success isn't like threatening to you.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So when I say take care of yourself, I'm not saying be selfish.
Right.
But make sure you got your stuff together. Don't be out here. Don't even give beyond your means. You know what I'm saying? Just that'll keep everything 100. You know what I mean? And then you keep your expectations low. And I would say, overproduce but undersell it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And,
you said a lot right there, man.
Yeah, like just give more but don't promise too much. Basically, is what I'm saying about that. And I think you'll be straight, man. You'll always go higher than the rubric.
Let me touch on that. I mean, that's a great, because for one, like you said, the taking care of yourself. We always talk about on the roundtable about having that full cup. You can't give from an empty cup, so you have to make sure your cup is full.
No doubt.
But also too, like you said, is being secure and with other people's success and things of that sort. I mean, it don't matter what walk of life you're in, whether you're an entertainer, whether you're a ball player, whether you're a businessman, media, radio, things like that. You're going to see people be successful, and sometimes people even and you have to. If you're not grounded, if you're not centered, you're gonna start thinking like, well, why is this person? I was using my buddy DB1 as an example. I'll be like, man, he's out in Hawaii.
You homie Hawaii.
Hey, shout out to DB1, that's my brother right there.
Yeah,
but
man.
you gotta celebrate. But the only way you can celebrate other people is if you're good. If you're like I said, if you're not good and you're not secure, there's no way you're gonna celebrate other people's successes.
And be cool with people being wrong. Just be cool with it. Like, don't try to police it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something I like. If you ain't cool with people being wrong, like if it bothers you that people are wrong a lot, like you're gonna end up being wrong, because you're gonna be in the same wrongness. Like, you're gonna involve yourself. Just walk away.
So just clear your mind a little bit, and like you said, I think and that's a great point. And I think that what I've learned with a little bit of age and wisdom is that you look at patterns, right? Like, because nobody's perfect,
right? Nobody, right.
But you look at a pattern of somebody where you're like, okay, this person is intentionally doing stuff, so I gotta exit, right? But to think that somebody can make a mistake,
that's wild.
And like you said, you cutting their head off. I mean, you just say you're done. We're gonna burn you at the stake. I mean, like, okay, like you. So you never messed up. Like, right. you never did.
Or
anything.
Even if that personal thing is not your thing, and they messed up, and you just cool with it, just like,
right.
Just don't linger in it. You know what I'm saying? Don't point fingers. Just be out. You know what I mean? Like, just be out. Just be
out. Well, listen. First off, I want to thank you for being the guest on the show. Sure. I've rocked with you for a long time. I support you.
Likewise.
I've always enjoyed your work and content. I've proudly said your name as far as the MCs that I like, and it was funny. I remember when you were on the bill for Secret Stages, and I had got a media pass for it, and I was like, it really just kind of popped up and everything. And I remember you and Black Tex and Willie Do That, man. I mean, that was a great night.
Yeah, CJ Foster.
We had
said jazz.
We had a good time, man. I mean, I met the young brother Lando Chill, who's now signed to Mellow Music Group.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was out there. I saw him when he came the other day.
Yeah, I missed him. Dang, I missed all these shows. But
real cool dude.
Yeah, cool brother. Got a chance to interview him, and he was just young brother, very excited and humbled and whatnot. So it was just great. But also too, what I'll say is he spoke on being a lifer, right? And so and one thing I'll say about Yamin as well is that yes, he is dedicated to his music. He's dedicated to creating. But one thing I've always seen about him as well, he works, man. He puts in work, and no matter what it is to make his thing happen. He's not one that's sitting around waiting or begging or things like that. Like, he's out here grinding and working and making things happen you have to fund. Sometimes we have to fund our dreams all kind of different ways.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've been blessed to be around people who have had that mindset, and they've instilled it in me. Like, cause Jay Black, always, you can't sit around and wait for somebody to fund your dream.
Nah, you be waiting forever.
You'll be waiting forever.
Or getting mad interest.
Yeah, you gotta get out here and find a way. I learned also too a long time ago. A lot of people who you might think are doing something full time might be doing something else part time to make that like there's no recipe to it.
No, not at all. It's Atlanta too, man. You gotta have more than one hustle, man.
Yeah, it's Atlanta. You gotta have more than one hustle. You have to.
You should.
But I just love the fact that I hope that people take value from him grinding, him working, putting in and talking about content, creating content, having the ability, but then also too taking the chance to say I'll go and get on the stage in Zurich, Switzerland. I'll go and get on the stage in Lyon, France, and I'll create a fan because we talk so often about hopping on the stage, like you said, in L.A. or even in Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah.
Right. But I think the thing is that once you've done that so many times, you hopping on the stage in Birmingham, Alabama. You hopping on the stage in Rennes, France. I mean, people automatically like this guy came to do business. So I would encourage others out there, rather than you waiting for this super sold out State Farm Stadium, I would put that dedication and emphasis and creativity into whatever crowd you are working with, because we've been to some amazing shows at 529 in that back room, all cramped up, and people giving us a full show. Like Homeboy Sandman, people like that. I mean,
lifers, man.
Yeah, quit waiting for some big opportunity. I mean, I was talking with Yamin earlier, setting up for the show. I sent him the same detailed email I send everybody who I have as a guest on the show. And he's like, well, I know where the studio is. That's after the point.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's after the point. I got to give people the same treatment.
Right.
I'm not going to wait till, I feel like
your bases,
I feel like Live Hip Hop Daily and the platform and Jay Black, the fact that he comes here and he's dedicated. I'm not going to sit here and just roll out a show and be like, all right, let's just put something together. Like, no,
this is a blessing, man.
Yeah,
it's my second time here.
Second time here, but I'm just saying. I think that's the thing about it. A lot of times, people waiting for when it gets big, then when it gets this, then I'm gonna do it.
That's where relationships come into play, man. Too like if you can convey what you want, your vision. That communication, you know, and having people get on board, that's a big part of the relationship right there. You can't have a relationship with somebody you don't communicate with. And I can only say the relationship is better when the communication is better, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, even here, as we sit in these microphones, these cords, these lights, it was in here first with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to H.
Yeah, or see, so like, you know what I mean? So he had to communicate that to somebody, I'm sure, you know.
Right,
what I mean?
and it's been a trickle down, man. And I appreciate it. I love the ecosystem. One of the reasons, I love a lot of places. I can't say I always will be in Atlanta, but for the most part, I think I most likely will. But I love Atlanta because of relationships, people like yourself. So many, events, whether it be, pretty sweet party, different things like that. Like we know each other, man. We get in the room, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to say nothing. It's just like it's just good vibes, good energy. And it's hard to beat, and it's the same feeling I have when I come to record, when I come here, the same kind of things. It's an ecosystem. Jay Black supports me. I support him. Support Innovative Black. This is a trickle-down effect. So I'll be here all day. Let me stop. But you made a great point. Surround yourself around people that are working and doing those things, because if not, it's gonna be hard to conjure up feelings and conjure up that energy. But when I see Jay Black, it's the same thing. I remember I tell him all the time. He gave me one of the best compliments not too long back. Was we were after the show recording, and I forgot who it was to ask. And Jay Black told me. He said, hey, man, this show is because of Odell. Odell prepares for the show. He does this show. And I'm like, man, okay. I try to do a little something. But I know it's just not me. I know it's the work that he puts in, the work we all put in. And I just really feel like that's the thing about it, man. Like you need to get a support system, an ecosystem. Quit waiting for somebody bigger. Start where you're at.
No doubt. That's very important.
Start where you're at. And I'll leave people with this. I remember going out to Seattle in 2014. Meeting Gifted Gab and people, Dave B. These young people, Dave B. now touring the world with Macklemore.
Okay,
You know,
word.
Gifted Gab. You know, viral
Blacklicious.
videos and all. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay. Yeah,
Yeah, Gifted Gab. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's that? Bumbers.
Bumper shoot and all.
Bumper-
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, and I didn't. You know, I tweeted her the other day about that because you know she just played. The festival in Minnesota that Sway produced.
Oh,
Hosts.
yeah, I know you're talking about. Precise was there, right?
Oh my gosh!
I forgot
I'm
the
having a
name
brain
of it.
freeze. DB1 was there as well. Oh my god, I'm having a brain freeze. But the annual festival with the record company, Cyrock and all them.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Talking about Rhyme Sayers.
Rhyme Sayers puts it on.
But I forgot the name of the festival.
Oh
I was
my
talking about
God.
Sound something, right?
Soundset.
Soundset.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
right. I knew it was something.
Thank
like
you.
that.
She was at Soundset, and Heather B came out there and shouted her out along with Ciroc and Blondes Brixton was just saying like these sisters are pushing hip hop forward, and whatnot, and everything. And I was laughing because I tweeted Gab, and I was just like, I didn't have to wait for Pitchfork and all the other things to co-sign you. Like
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I was rocking. She's like, I love you about that, Odell, because
That's so cool,
you're right,
man.
because you didn't.
People just know, man. People know.
People know.
The industry makes things like, people wait to see when it's hot.
Yeah.
But people know.
When can I get on the wave?
Yeah. Yeah.
Start with the people now. But listen, let me get up out of here because I'll be all day. Tune into your boy. Follow me on all social media, ArtbyOdell. Follow Yamin all day, all same word. Follow my man Jay Black, Jabari Blackman. Make sure you spell Blackman, MOND. InnovativeBlackStation.com. Innovative Black Station as far as all social media. Also, we are out of Live Hip Hop Daily. Shout out to H. Make sure you follow Live Hip Hop Daily. Make sure you check it out on YouTube. You check out ArtbyOdell on YouTube. A lot of great content, not just my show, but Live Hip Hop Daily has a lot of great content and shows on here. Also, check out Black Owned on InnovativeBlackStation.com. Episode 2 just dropped. Shout out to Jay Black. Like I said, young man, but he's basically, he's an Ohio player, man. I mean, he's like a 65-year-old rolling down with a Cadillac, just chilling. I mean, he's the youngest, oldest person I know, man. Smooth as can be, man. I'm blessed to have him behind the camera with me each week, man. So listen, Odell's Roundtable. We talk about building great relationships. Go out there and do that. I hope you got value from what Yamin said. I hope you get some inspiration. I got some inspiration. I got some value. And listen, we're going to just be out right here. Be back next week with another episode. Take care.